Oh man, yeah, I don't know how you can expect to get drunk. Like, that's just,
Well, and I mean, we had a new boss too. With the old boss, he didn't pay attention to shit. But we got a new boss in, and then he was like,
what the hell is going on?
well, yeah, I mean,
I am not putting anybody at 100 hours on the schedule.
well, that's the thing. It's like, well, cut costs, dude. And he's like, all right, let me look at payroll. He's like, well, here's this really low hanging fruit. You called fraud.
Here's the thing: is we all had. This is. Are we go?
Where you're going now?
Oh, okay.
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
We're
All right.
talking about time card fraud.
Yeah. The
Not from us. Or maybe
It was.
no,
But
here's the thing: is the whole thing was just like we. A lot of what was still scheduled was based off of old.
heyday.
Well, yeah, old loads that didn't pan out, and so there were things that there were times where it's like, hey, if you want to get out of here, I can get out of here, or whatever. Or there were times where it's like,
you would pay someone to make him go home.
oh, you're talking about when it was busy. I'm talking
When it
about
was busy, yeah, I'd give you
Yeah.
$50 and say go home,
right,
and then I'd make $150 off that flight.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about
So-
when they were still staffing inappropriately in compared to what the actual loads were.
Oh yeah, after
And-
traffic died.
Yeah, and so we'd have all these guys with extra covers, and that's where times it was like, I'd go home for a while and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that was because there were dull posts in the night where
There were certain times in the schedule where you literally had nothing to do for like 3.5 hours.
yeah.
So I mean, there was nothing coming in, nothing going out. So you're just dead time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That was kind of rare, but it did happen.
But it did happen. It did happen. But I mean,
And yes, you're still on the clock, but there's nothing to do.
It's still on the
Yeah,
clock.
that makes
Although one of the guys got busted for that because he went home and then he couldn't make it back to work. So
Oh.
so that happened too.
Oh.
And then another guy couldn't make it back to work because his ride decided he didn't want to take him back. So it was that guy's turn to pay for gas, and he tried to rip him off. So he didn't pick him back up, and that guy was fucked.
I thought that you were going to say that he was too hammered to come back to work.
No, I didn't see that much of that job. So I've seen that in other jobs. I've seen time card fraud at other jobs. When I worked for, the ramp contractor out there, we had a machine that you had to put your hand in order to, because it measured like the tension points between your fingers or something. And so it was like supposed to be this thing that you couldn't beat.
Whoa.
So we put a mannequin hand in it and we'd register everybody as the mannequin hand. So you just had to enter your employee ID and stick the fucking hand in.
You have no fingerprints.
No, it wasn't a fingerprint. It was. I'd never seen one like that.
Tension. That's interesting.
It had these little pins. It had this flat surface and these little pins that you had to put between your fingers.
Huh.
So yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, it was weird. I'd never seen one like
I
that.
never. They've
No, I
never
never
shown
did.
that in the movie or anything.
I've never seen one since. I mean, most of the time now you got a swipe card, that
Right.
you have to use, or you have to log in with a
just log in.
token.
Yeah.
So or they just don't care.
I don't log in.
Yeah. Like shit, when I worked for Frontier, we still had like write-in time cards. And it was long after we were doing time card fraud back at the old joint.
right,
So
right.
it was just a write-in and you'd literally punch in with a punch clock and it would stamp your shit.
Mm.
So
Yeah, you can still fake that just because somebody else would clock you in. Right?
yeah. Well, I mean, and like most places, like it was never, you didn't want to do any kind of time card, fraud because there was no benefit to it. I mean, like, yeah, at Frontier, we were a 24/7 operation. And so if you're not fucking there when the 8 a.m. supervisor comes in, you're going to get busted.
Yeah.
So,
On top of that, there were plenty of places I've worked where you don't want to work overtime because if you work overtime, you're getting written up unless it's authorized.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah. So
Yeah, so if you're doing that kind of shit and they see like 60 hours,
60 hours of overtime.
well, 60 hours
Jeez,
total.
yeah.
Like
But
if
if
they
you
said,
said 100-hour week,
we didn't get double time out there though.
They have to give you something for overtime?
No,
Nothing?
Nope.
no, we didn't have
Really?
overtime.
No.
So that's because we're all tip employees. So
We're getting like $2.12 an hour?
yep,
Oh,
He and I were
yeah, those guys are getting 485. So
$5.15
oh, okay,
at that
sorry.
time.
I don't
Because
remember my first wage was 385. So,
well, Patrick, remember that was the thing was we didn't go up. It was still 212.5 when they went up to 5.15.
I remember when I went up to 425, and that was a big fucking raise. And then
Yeah.
then I got the funny hat, and then it went down to 212 and a half.
Yeah.
And your paycheck was basically just a big tip at the end of the month.
Right.
So it's not where you made your money.
Yeah.
But I do remember they going to
I think it was 485.
485 and then 515 twice, just within a few years. This is Bill Clinton years, and we did not get a. We still got $4.02.12. So the company still took half our shit
And they gave a reason why, but I can't remember what it was.
because it was run by Jews, Joe.
Actually, what's funny, Patrick,
It wasn't Israeli company.
Yeah, that's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
Oh, gotcha.
That is not a joke.
I mean, it was kind of our joke, but it was true.
But it was also not a
It
joke.
was not a joke. It was a factual statement.
And I have seen.
And they're still there.
Now.
They are still there. They were there last night, man.
Well, they are, but it's different.
All they do is wheelchairs. Yeah, they don't do. There's no curbside.
But check this out. So here's the story. You talked about this not too long ago, right? There is talk about dismantling the TSA.
Yeah,
and going back to private outfits.
that'd be fine with me. So
that is so much less money.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the only thing that I saw was they were talking about like getting any kind of collective bargaining out of the arrangement with any kind of like. It had something to do with like anything related to national defense or something. I can't remember, but I think TSA was included in it. I'm sorry, my crusade against the TSA is lightened somewhat since I actually had to go back and do some of that fact checking. So, yeah, they're not bigger than the Marine Corps.
Oh,
so yeah, I admitted that on the podcast too. I had to like go back and recorrect. The DHS is bigger than the Marine Corps. So, but that includes a lot of agencies.
Right. That was when they funneled them all together.
They're all duct taped together.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's how I believe that is how they're avoiding a new lawsuit with the USAID thing.
I don't know anything about this.
Well, so basically at this point, however many presidential executive orders have been given, subtract 5, and then that's the number that have been challenged in courts.
Yeah.
And so
I think that's true of all presidents. No.
Nope.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, they showed the numbers the other day. Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, well, they're pissing off a lot of people with those things. So
yeah, that's fine. But to me, this is this. I don't want to get into that, but we can dovetail back into that. But the way they were saying that was, I believe they said they were just going to fold that into another department so that they could dismantle it with immunity.
Well, that's what they're trying to do with ED, Department of Education, by giving the fucking loan accounts to the Small Business Administration, which is a fucking shack. It's got like 2 guys in it.
We're going to need some more dudes.
They're definitely going to need some more dudes. Otherwise, I don't know when I'm going to make another payment, man, because it's going to take fucking 30 years to catch me now.
You got guys with the tennis pipes. They're just like throwing papers.
Yeah, exactly.
Pat, where's Pat? Pat.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. TSA, I wouldn't miss it. I mean, just going through security, recently, it's like, okay, I mean, why do we still take our shoes off? That was one guy,
Right.
And the elderly and kids don't have to.
Well, so my daughter crossed the threshold this year where she does. So once you hit this magic age, then yes, shoes come off. But you don't have to take your shit out of your backpacks anymore. You don't have to turn
Oh
on your
yeah.
laptop. You don't have to take, I mean, you still can't take a bottle of water through there, which is dumb. So, I mean, it's just, it's silly, man, you know?
Well, I mean, you still have to put that crap in the bins, don't you?
Well,
Yeah, you put it in
yeah,
the
I
bin
mean,
so
you
they
just put
scan
all your
it.
shit in a one bin and
Yeah.
roll it through. So, but you still have to take your shoes off. You still have to take all metal off, even though you go on that thing that fucking
Yep.
naked x-rays you.
No,
So,
yeah, you go through there. Again, that's the whole point. Is like, okay, so why do I have to take all this crap off if I have to go into the total recall machine and fucking?
exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
what does this do then?
It does nothing. And so, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it uses some kind of magnetic thing that, that can't have metal, but they don't tell you to take your fucking glasses off. They don't tell you to take your rings off. It's just like, do you have a belt? It's like, yeah, take that off. It's like,
Yeah, that's
okay,
true.
you know, so, like,
But that's a metal detector could do that.
well, and they still have one of those too if you want to get touched by the TSA. So, if you don't want to take the pictures of your dick. I mean, it's silly. It's absolutely silly, man.
No, I will give them credit for one thing.
Who, the TSA?
Yes,
Okay.
I actually think that the dark blue uniforms look good.
They do look pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they do look sharp.
Yeah, they do look pretty sharp.
Yeah.
So it is a nice touch. Yeah. But man, there are a shitload of them. So
That's as much as like here they at least have as many as they do
they have a
counter
platoon.
workers.
So
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. And in our private security, it was like one lane, two guys,
And if it was crazy, they'd open up a second lane.
Right, with two more guys.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Do you guys worry that Trump is doing too much cutting and
I
all
don't
this
know,
kind
man.
of stuff?
I
No.
haven't been keeping up with it at all.
Not at all.
So
You don't think we're gonna get stagflation and all this other horrible economic news and all this stuff?
I think we're going to get horrible economic news, but I think that horrible economic news has been coming for a while. I think that as of right now, let me just say it this way. I think the completely inflated economy driven out of San Francisco, given all the people that I know there and the fucking rats leaving the sinking ships, right? I think they knew the kind of bullshit house of cards that they were built on, and I think that's tanking
what is it, like tech stocks that are taking a beating?
big time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I guess there's S&P ones and stuff that are taking a hit too. But it's a lot of the tech sector. You'll see a lot of the tech sector has been in red for the past couple of weeks, and yeah, from everything I understand, like
Nvidia or
Nvidia, yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah. Surprisingly,
Yeah, it wasn't that bad when I checked it last week. So
no, I mean, here's the thing, but they haven't been in green, and there's and certain ones have been taking bigger hits, but yeah, it's
Tesla.
that's a difference. Well, and they actually
was a different story.
Yeah.
and they had a
So-
pretty significant game, but that's the
Oh, did they?
yeah. It was the day after fucking dumbass Tim Walz decided to it shut up like fucking crazy, but
They're having trouble selling cars though. So not because of political reasons either. It's just fucking EVs just aren't. They're kind of saturated. The market is kind of saturated.
The only ones that are selling are theirs.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But it's not.
It's just they have the bigger footprint. So, and then like a lot of the other, like the big car manufacturers are kind of moving away from EVs and going to, onboard hybrids. So,
Well, I don't. I think it was a forced move. I think it was, it was still too early to jump in before on a mass scale. But
Well, mandate it that it's going to be here by this time, and you have to have this many and all.
Oh, well,
they
yeah,
scrapped all
so-
those things.
I know, but that was
so
This is
says
just
California.
insane.
So says we all, right? So,
Yeah, that wouldn't work here. So,
because you got
Yeah.
They'd have to have so many charging stations.
Dude, my father-in-law explained it to me years ago. He's like, you just don't have the base load capacity to actually do that, you know? And I mean, like, for me, the thing is, it's still, so I drive almost 60 miles to work, which is fine. I can make it there and back, with most EVs. Okay. But I'm not paying for a $3,500 panel upgrade,
Right.
and in order to charge it in my garage, which I can't do because my wife's car lives there. It's just like all it takes is like one or two strikes to knock you out of the EV market,
Right.
and you're out. You're like,
Right.
okay, I don't, whatever, So yeah, and so I just think like I'm thinking like almost everybody that I know who wants an EV has one.
As one.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Well, that being said, there is a surprising uptick. I mean, it's not huge yet, but I think it's actually going to get bigger. There has been a response to the terrorism of actually getting conservatives to buy EVs, Teslas in particular.
Mm.
Now, that's not something that you look there and say like, "Holy shit, we just sold like 6 million of these things overnight."
Right. Yeah.
But that being said, that it's breaching a different market than it typically wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And that's something that, in the long run is probably a good thing. But, it's just mired with so much stupidity right now.
I'll have to dig into this a little bit more. But I was in the airport yesterday reading an article on the Tesla protests, and this guy pointed out something that I don't think is patently obvious, but it needs a little bit more investigation. Is like the ones that were going on in Michigan last week.
Yeah.
Everybody there is old.
Yep.
Why is that? I don't get that. You think they'd be like college kids?
I can do you one better.
Okay, tell me.
Okay.
That was like, I'm going to have to check with Jeff on. This article might be trying to sell me something.
That was absolutely true. But
why is that?
But more of the point, here's this has been something that they've been tracking for a while now, right? One of the things that they've been telling, like, are these things basically, are these organic? Are these plants? Are these paid?
They're totally paid.
Well, they are totally paid.
Totally
and you know how
paid.
they can tell?
No.
Cell phones.
What about it?
So here's the thing is
everybody's got cell phones.
That's correct.
Okay.
However, people with access to basically the cell phone data, so basically when my cell phone hooks up with the network, okay, it has a unique signature, right? And that is public data.
Okay.
Okay, you can get that public data. So the thing is, people with time, okay, they basically thumb through this data and they look at what signatures appear at what events and at what times, right? And so the groups that are doing this have basically been moving. These are the same groups that were going to those Harris rallies, right? The same people who have been going from like protest to protest are like, yeah, you came to this one, and this one, right?
Yeah, so you got professional activists.
That's pretty much all it is. And so
that doesn't surprise me.
Well,
that doesn't surprise me at all.
What? So. No. Okay, so it doesn't surprise you, but what I can tell you is if this were basically news 20 years ago, this would be a big deal. I'm just trying to point this out here where it's like the sentiment that they're trying to there's two things that they're trying to cook up as basically stories right now that don't jive. Number one, they're trying to paint this out as there's this like national like Tesla backlash, but it's not.
No,
it's the same paid actors going from place to place. The second thing that they're trying to do is the story that they're telling right now is basically, well, everybody's got a Trump friend, and that Trump friend is really regretting their vote right now.
That's not true either.
That's correct. Yeah. But that is the other story that they keep.
Neither one of those carry any water, though, man. I mean, like, Okay, so fine, knock yourself out. Yeah, just spend all
I
your
know.
money on fake Tesla protests and trying to convince me that my Trump-based friends are fucking lunatics. Okay, baseball
This is
season started last week. I
baseball season
much more
started,
interested in
and
that.
when it comes down to the real numbers, and they say like, all right, so what actually matters? It's like, okay, well, here's what it is. It's that the majority of the country sees the country going in the proper direction, and support for the Democrats is down to 26%.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's because they don't know who they are right now. So they'll have to figure it out.
They will,
They will.
but their current crop of people,
Terrible.
awful,
Yeah, they're awful.
awful, and nobody has the good sense to just throw Jasmine Crockett in a sack and just throw into the river like cats.
Hey.
Yeah, he likes cats.
I do
I
too.
don't like the thought of that, man. That makes me upset.
This is not a recent thing, but yeah, they're
Not
not.
tie a little iron to them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they're not culling their retards.
Well,
and,
nobody's in charge over there. That's the problem. So you don't have anybody who's in charge of it. So nobody can throw anybody else out right now because nobody's in charge. So someone's going to have to take charge of that thing. Who knows that'll be? They got 2.5 years to figure it out.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Well, Gavin Newsom started a podcast.
It's like all the internet was trying to tell me that I should go listen to it, and I was like, only if you pay me. So yeah.
Will they?
I don't know. They know where to find me, so
Right.
they can send me a check, and I'll listen to his podcast. So
Yeah, there were two Democrat podcasts that they started that they thought would do huge numbers.
what's the other one?
Michelle Obama and her brother.
Who cares?
Oh, nobody did.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Was they thought it was going to be gangbusters. Did
they put out a new Spotify article? The podcast is going to kill Joe Rogan.
actually it's you're not lying.
Dude, I've seen that headline. That was 6 fucking times over the years.
that was it. Yeah.
Right. I think they had
Yeah.
the Meghan Markle one on that list one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they always the counter is always some like fucking like girl podcast that's like bitches who think or whatever. They always have some dumb like.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't even read them anymore. So
I'm not joking. There's one that's like called that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's
no idea. I don't know, man.
I've never looked, so I
Yeah.
definitely don't know.
well, it doesn't. There's absolutely no way it would cross over into anything that you would do,
No,
right?
100%.
Whereas like Joe Rogan can answer like in some kind of like tertiary way can come across your thing
Yeah.
because he might come across like I don't know why, but someday he might be like, I'm sitting down with John Elway.
Yeah, no, he knows
Yeah.
every
That'd be
facet
a
of
great
people.
podcast. Much better than getting Jackson Hinkle on there. Yeah, some bullshit like that.
No, you're right. We used to. There was this thing for the yearbook that we were supposed to do, where you get everybody's name in the school on a list, right? And this was designed to stop teenage girls from taking seventh period and just taking pictures of their friends, right? So the whole thing was,
Oh, I see what you. Yeah, okay.
you can't do this. So the thing was, you get everybody's name in the school, right? And you had to get everyone's photo at least once
Yeah,
before you went for somebody else, right?
that's smart.
And so within that same capacity, that's sort of like the way I feel about like your Ari Shafirs and stuff on like Rogan is like,
Dude, I know.
and Brandon
It's like every third page
is
yeah.
it's yeah, you can't
So I'm like, oh, hey, look, it's Joey Diaz again.
right.
2 pages later, look, it's Joey Diaz again. 3 pages later, oh, there's a Jordan Peterson sighting. So one more page, Brett Weinstein and Jordan Peterson. Wow. This is the best shit ever. What more of that?
It's what it is,
Here
man.
they all are on the debate team.
Watch the show. It's like Deer Meat's fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Right, yeah. Detroit MDMA. I'll still watch his show every now and then, but it's got to be someone that's like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
Yeah.
Or it's got to be, I haven't seen this guy in like 5 years, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
it doesn't tickle either one of those two things, it's like, dude, it's 3 hours. No, man.
It's a
Well, there's an
long
experience.
It is long. Well, I mean, it's there if I have to grade papers or some shit. Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
I mean, even then, it's like sometimes it's like, oh my god, no, I'm not doing this again. You know,
Joey Diaz.
well, I haven't seen him in a while. He might be dead. So, yeah.
All I know is that LeBron did like an hour-long interview on like the Pat McAfee show, and
Mm.
he got shredded.
Well,
Like-
LeBron's kind of a moron, isn't he?
Oh yeah, because he was just like,
is he?
well, he was saying it's like, oh, if Giannis played in the '70s, he'd score like 220 points and all this kind of stuff, and they're just like, dude, those guys in the '70s were like playing basketball as their second job. Like, fuck off, man.
He's also a welder.
Yeah, it's like, and then he's just like, oh, and the drafts are rigged because the lotto, the lottery balls it's all set up, and just like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? Like, what are you
He's just that kind
doing?
of guy. Yeah.
It's like, where do you come up?
This is what LeBron would say?
Yeah. Yeah, he said that the drafts, the ping pong lotteries, it's rigged and all this kind of stuff, and they're just like, no, we have a whole process. There's no ping pong balls. Like it's all automated and all this kind of, or it gets sucked. I don't know, but it's like, no, it's not rigged. And if you're saying that the league is rigged, what's wrong with you? Because you're in the league, you jackwagon.
Well, no. Here's the thing: is of all people that cannot talk as though the league has not done them every favor possible, is LeBron James.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You cannot. I mean, here's the thing: like we joke about that whiffed punch in The Godfather, right?
Oh God.
Whereas we're talking about 14 inches away from that, and LeBron James hit the deck, and he gets the call. This is the shit where they're talking about like the points and everything. I'm like, but you were in the league like 14 years longer, and have gotten the benefit of every call since your arrival.
Yeah, he just said so many dumb things. And it's just like,
People hate you.
whoa. Yeah, that's his whole thing is he's mad that and he keeps complaining that, oh, everyone just wants to criticize the league and nobody's going to stick up for it and all this kind of. It's like, well, you're the lead reason. You're a
Right.
dick.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, that's the only podcast thing I heard about last week.
well, I mean, you can go anywhere where Stephen A. Smith is around.
He has been showing up a lot lately.
He has.
Yeah.
He's decided to give his political opinions loudly.
Loudly.
And
Doesn't he use a quiet voice when he does the political stuff?
no.
No.
Well, so no, he does. He does. He does it to set up the loudness. This is the thing: is
okay.
is
It's a
he's-
bait and hook.
yes, because the overhand right is always coming, right? This is the thing about it. And again, it's never insightful. It's just loud.
I haven't listened to any of it. The internet has tried to make me listen to a little bit of it, and I was like, no, I'm good. So thanks.
I mean, I don't hate him or anything. It's just that they keep. There's a couple of things that I get tired of media trying to do, right? Especially with certain, like when you watch like a serious show, you're watching a show that has like actual commentators, people who are experts in their field, and you're like you're seeing physicist, right? And then you're seeing paleobotanist, and then you're seeing rapper.
Wait a minute.
And I know you
One
don't
of these things is not like the others.
And that's the thing is he's on the panel, so they'll approach him with a question, and he'll answer it with something absolutely meaningless. But the people will then nod their heads like there's wisdom in what you say.
What you say, yeah.
The wind speaks with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
You should go on broken.
guys, like I get it. But these guys are not like philosopher kings like you think they are. They're rappers.
Well, at least what Jamil Hill, I think, just died.
You know what's funny is Jamel Hill. I actually liked her sports commentary.
Yeah, and then she went political, and then I think she just imploded.
She wouldn't stop. She kept seeing everything as an affront
Oh,
to,
everything's
like,
racist.
well, if
Everything.
everything,
And
everything,
so I
everything.
just started watching Cross on Amazon Prime.
What is it?
Cross,
Ross
like Detective Alex Cross, like he was in.
is
Morgan Freeman played him before uh, in like the '90s, but so it's a new take on it, and literally the first episode is all about like it's
Is
in
that Kiss the
DC.
Girls?
Yeah, Kiss the Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
oh
And so it's a new take on it and all this kind of stuff. And the first case he has is a black guy gets killed, and like it's all race stuff and all
Oh, of
this.
course
And
it
I'm
is.
like,
Yeah.
oh God, oh no, 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 no,
Was it even
don't do
better? Was it
this.
like a pharmaceutical company killing black people?
I was like, all right, well maybe this is just the one case, and then they'll go on to other cases that won't
right,
be,
right.
and this just happens, and then it's just like we're getting close to the end, and I'm like, oh crap, this is the whole season. Oh no,
this is the show.
it's the case. The whole season's a case. Oh God. Oh crap. I don't know if I can wait through this a whole season of this. Oh man.
He's not going to corpse hole it right off the bat.
Yeah, dude, I would have walked out in 4 minutes. I'm like, this is not for me.
It was bad because the police commissioner is white, and like all the other, and it's like,
Of course.
oh, you want me just up there just so because I'm black, I have to go give a speech. I don't give speeches. I'm gonna go solve the crime. And it's like, oh no, oh man, this is bad.
Dude, did you see that show on Netflix about the British teenager that stabbed a kid?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Well, so
Is it like a documentary or?
it's based on a real person.
Fakecumentary, yeah.
Well, it's I believe Wikipedia has a documentary section specifically for like Law and Order style.
Okay.
Okay, so the the story is famous in the UK. It was a 12-year-old boy that I can't remember the exact specifications of the stabbing. Okay, but of course he is played. This is the kid is as black as they get.
The stabber or the stabby?
The stabber.
Okay.
Sorry,
man, I'm not-
good question.
And so I'm penciling in the little shoebox diorama in my mind.
And
I
so-
just need to make sure I've got the characters right.
In the one race swap where they actually switch it around and say a white person is going to take that job, it's a white boy who is the stabber. Totally
What?
switch. Shit you not. Shit you not.
So it's not a documentary.
It's based on the event,
It's a
but it
fake
is
event.
Does
not.
it even say it like based on the events of?
I didn't see the front. I saw the trailer from it. I don't think it's out yet. It may not be out yet, but it's like, oh, I vaguely remember this case. But
That's
yeah,
pretty messed
it
up,
is
in fact.
like the one time you swap it in the other direction.
Not shocking, I guess.
No, it's embarrassing. It's I
It's
mean,
on Netflix. Who gives a fuck?
Well.
I mean, like
there is that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like one of these things. You can't get anything that's decent out of any of the platforms.
Did you watch the new Reacher?
No, should I?
It's better than season 2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll go check that.
I was about to watch that. I saw a
It was-
clip from it the other day that again made me want to watch this show.
It was really entertaining. This season was. I mean, there's a guy in there who's a pretty big part of the show that makes Reacher look small.
Ooh, neat.
Like, I mean, it's small.
So he's an actual giant.
he is a monster of a human being.
I saw that what's his name is Alan Rickson or Rickson.
Yeah.
He looks like a monster, but he's 6'2". So
Okay, this guy is like
yeah.
7, and
so he's
just,
like the mountain. Yeah,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
Okay, because there are some dudes out there that are like, holy fucking shit.
6'2" is still huge.
6'2" is pretty big, man. But like
but a 7-footer
yeah,
makes
but
him look
there are a couple guys out there that I mean,
are
when you
just
see
as
them,
ripped.
and you see him next to like a 6'2" guy, it's like, whoa.
I'd like to point you to the perhaps the finest example of that I've ever seen was in the 2004 Thomas Jane Punisher movie, where they
Which one is
introduced.
Way back.
That's
then.
the
That's Travolta.
There is a character in that called the Russian, and when he shows up in his like red and white,
The tracksuit.
no, he's wearing this little like red and white striped shirt, and he just knocks on the door, and Thomas Jane's a pretty big looking guy, and this dude is just fucking enormous.
Yeah.
This is the guy that basically gets stabbed and just pulls it out and then stabs him with it. That is one of the best examples of, oh, you thought you were a big guy.
You thought you were a big guy.
In movies. And I do like,
that happens on All Glory in this one.
Yeah?
100%.
Okay, yeah, I might have to watch that.
Well, I saw a clip,
If it's
again,
just fun. If it's just fun.
It looks fun.
The plot's better. Like, I think everything's better than season
Okay.
I saw a clip of him,
Season
like,
1 was great.
yeah,
Yes.
like,
I really like season
trying
1.
to teach this kid how to throw punches. And
Yes.
I was like, this is funny. I was like, okay. And he says, he's just trying to break it down for him because he's little. He's like, so how do I know who hits first? He's like, well, you're little. You have to hit first. And rules. He's like, no, you'll be the guy throwing the first punch.
No, it's a good watch. I totally would recommend this season. I did not like season 2.
Season 2 was bad. Like, had Robert Patrick in it too, which was really disappointing.
Was he not good at it?
Of course he was the bad guy. You figured it out like 8 seconds after you saw him.
No, but I meant good as in.
No,
No.
he was very
No,
poorly written, and he's kind of rubbery.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
he's a little melty.
Yeah.
okay. I did see, I mean, in those later, starting to be irredeemable seasons of The Sopranos, he was in there and he was good.
He was.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's because he played a complete stooge. I'll get you the money next week, Tony, I swear.
Yeah.
And he was just a wiener.
Wait, you're watching Sopranos again?
No.
Oh.
I watched it that one time. I did not finish the last. I
didn't
could
think
not.
so.
You didn't finish the last season?
I couldn't do it.
Oh.
It was so bad. It
You didn't see Phil's head get squished like a grape?
Nope.
Oh, that's worth the last season. So
Again, it was
it's so over the top. It's
awful.
hilarious.
No, I got
So, yeah.
the last major thing that I can remember happening in that story was for some reason that one dude got outed as like BDSM gay out of nowhere.
The guy who got shot in the train store?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I was like, this adds nothing to the show. This
Bobby?
Bobby Bacala.
But yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, well, this is a good name. It's a good name.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, God damn, man, this show is just like it had already run me through. It had rewound itself 6 times. I'm like, this is dumb. Like you guys always start from 0 at the beginning of each season. It's like it's the fucking Simpsons. It's like
yeah, and they had a couple of really good bad, kind of like foils to Tony come and go.
yeah,
By
they
that
did.
point, yeah,
They did.
yeah.
They did, and it had gotten to the point where I'm like, all right, everybody's annoying. Your kids are getting to the point where they're annoying. Furio's come and gone, and it's like all of his contributions are like, in Italy, we do not do these things.
I remember.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Like, thanks. It's so valuable. I
He's
mean,
like the worst actor too, man. Yeah.
I hadn't thought of Furio in so long.
like this doesn't. And you just have the bits and pieces of episodes that are like kind of funny. You're like, there's the one with the painting. I'm like, I love the one with the painting with the
horse.
the horse and the
There's a horse painting, right?
yeah, I think the horse is named Pyomai, I
I
think.
think you're right. Yeah.
But there's the like it keeps switching hands,
And Polly winds up with
Polly
it.
winds up with it,
He's like,
and
what the fuck is this?
yeah, and he gets it touched up to something funny, and I can't remember. I was like,
Then Tony finds it in his house.
yeah, but wasn't the whole thing that he dug it in the trash?
Something like that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
he's gonna
like,
burn it.
yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
that's right. And he's like, wow, it's like,
It's a
and
nice
that's
painting.
yeah. So didn't he switch it to like Napoleon or something? Like he's like, could you make Napoleon out of this or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, I was like, these are the funny moments, and that by the time it just starts getting to the end, it's like this shit is just this is a recycling plant, man. This is
Well, dude, after he starts tying up all, like after he kills Christopher, he's like, he's
yeah.
irredeemable, you know, at that point in time.
But Christopher was horrible.
Christopher was awful.
Sucked.
So, yeah. So, but still,
So
same point in
annoying.
time. Well, annoying and, you know, like deserving of death.
Well,
In a very convenient circumstance, too.
sure,
So,
sure, and they drag his stupid girlfriend out to the
I did not,
the murder
yeah.
woods and-
So, well, that's the one where you realize that Silvio's not that great of a guy either. So,
got a job to do.
that doesn't make it okay.
Sorry,
He
man.
could have dropped her off at the airport. So, in fact, she suggested it.
That's not her decision to make.
Right. Which makes us all okay. Yeah, I got it.
They're all bad people.
They are
I
all
mean, this
very
is
bad
the thing is
So they all get there. So Sylvia gets paralyzed. So
does he?
and he gets blasted in the parking lot. So his
I
parking
remember
lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might have been season 8. So
Or whatever the last season was.
I think it was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay.
It ends, but yeah, it was a slog. It
Yeah,
should not.
okay.
It's like this is painful to watch,
Yeah.
I mean, for back then, that's really good.
but I wasn't watching it.
That was
back
like
then.
the first. Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
right.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching it back then.
I was
It's,
like,
it's
dude, that was like landmark. That was way outside the.
no. This is like the same thing I said about The Shining. Is it's a great movie by its own regard, but it's every touchstone from it has been borrowed, evolved, and switched into something else. That there's nothing in there that has any, you know.
I've never
Look-
seen The Shining, so
It's fine.
It's fine.
You'd be bored to tears.
You would be bored.
Probably.
To tears, William.
There is almost no violence until the very end.
And I just for you, it's like, and you find this in the horror section because I know who you are, and that's the thing is like if you could do Blockbuster right now, you would have this wall over there, and it would be like boring ass movies.
that you need to see once.
I don't even think you call that. I don't think you
Boring ass
just call that
movies that you can.
Well, how many of the like historic movies are boring ass movies?
Almost
that-
all of them. Yeah.
Metropolis is one.
Oh my!
No idea. It's just Superman.
No,
It's solid.
it's in German.
Oh, yeah, no. I
It's
mean, like historically good movies that are on like the top 100.
well,
Oh, Star
Triumph
Wars
of the
and
Will
all
is
No, Jeff.
Stop that.
I'm gonna hit him with a newspaper for you.
Okay.
it makes those lists.
I don't think I've even seen that one on the list. But
Oh yeah, because of its contribution to film.
And Nazism.
Look, I get what you're saying, and Birth of a Nation is on there for the same reason because of its contribution to film.
And slavery.
Where it's the only movie I know of where the Klan is presented as heroes, but it is a landmark in filmmaking. It sucks.
Yeah, no, they suck.
They all suck.
Yeah.
No, they don't all suck. Okay, so Chinatown.
You gotta get down to like
it's
500.
good.
You gotta get down to like 60 or 70 before you hit even a Star Wars movie. So, right? I
I
yeah.
don't. You know what? They have been revising those movies those lists so dumbly since George Floyd. I think they put like Black Panther in the top 10.
No
No
way.
Dude, I'm not fucking around. There are lists over there that seriously put that shit like at least top 25. I shit
And
you
that's
not.
the only Marvel movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is correct.
Ah.
Yeah, it's all irrelevant. So
No, Citizen Kane is. I think it's interesting. It's kind of boring.
is
I'm leaning towards whatever.
that one is hard for me to make it through. So, and I'm fairly patient with films. So,
No, you're not.
You just
not,
got
not
rid
in
of-
recent years. You have become
I'm more so than he is.
no. But you've become a little bit ruthless as time has gone by. You used to have way more patience for these things.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they lost me a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
So it's like
You've just eliminated the genre.
I've kind of eliminated the medium
Yeah.
as something that I want to spend my time doing.
Right.
So, I mean, if there's something that's really good, but the last couple times I've been tempted, it's been like, well, you guys got me last time, so I'll wait till it comes out on video. And then it shows up on Amazon, and I watch fucking Napoleon, and it sucks. And then I'm like, well, that one might be, a one-off. Let me watch this new Gladiator. It's worse.
I'm gonna tell you, I did watch a movie this week because I thought I'd missed out on it because I remember people speaking about it so reverently, and like I didn't get it. That movie is American Psycho, and that movie is fucking trash.
I never watched that one.
I think I've seen that.
With
Does that have
Christian
Woody
Bale?
Harrelson in it?
No, it's you're thinking of Natural Born Killers.
Oh, yeah,
This
you're
is this is Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're okay. I haven't seen it, but it's like this thing that everybody tells me that it's like so brilliant that like if you don't get it, there's something wrong with you. And I'm like, it's about a fucking psycho killer. So,
It is.
okay.
And it's when people tell you that there's more to it, they're wrong. There's less. Far, far less. It's
So it's more rapper than candy, huh?
Really shiny rapper.
Yeah, it's really difficult to open.
it's actually very funny. And those scenes that people point to as being good, they're so overacted, which I think is the point, right?
Okay.
But I don't think that's how they meant it.
Oh, so
I'm
they
almost
were
certain.
serious.
Yes, exactly.
I
Yes,
hate that.
yeah. So I did laugh quite a bit, but it is not a good movie. There's not more to it.
Mm.
There's less.
Okay. What made you decide to give that one a go?
Fucking something came up where like the famous scene from that movie is the scene with the business cards. Do you remember this?
I think so.
Right? Where they're comparing these business cards, and eventually Christian Bale gets Paul Allen's card, and he's blown away by the subtlety and it shakes out of his hand. And
don't know.
okay, whatever. But I think
Huh.
somebody used that GIF in something, and I was like, "What the fuck is that movie from?" I'm like, "Oh, I know that. I remember this movie. Let me watch this."
Does not stand
No,
up
it
to the
does not
test
hold
of
up.
time.
This garbage.
That's not the movie where he lost like 100 pounds to do that role.
That's
is
a
it?
machinist.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that movie was just hard to watch.
Oh, okay.
That's all there is
Yeah,
to it. I mean, there are movies that are like that. It's I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of like the worst Misery Fest movie that I've watched, and I think it might be The Road. It's up there with.
I can't watch that ever
It's
again.
just
I don't even want to think about that road, man. So
that's up there with just the worst Misery Fest movies I've ever seen.
there's nothing redeeming about
No.
that movie. I mean,
No.
it's like literally probably responsible for at least a half dozen suicides.
It wouldn't
So
surprise me.
yeah, real ones. So
No, it's one of those things that like it makes Mad Max look like a theme park, and it kind of is.
I watched the original Mad Max.
That movie's unwatchable.
That movie is so fucking weird. So it is like, because later on you get into the sand-based economy with the Thunderdome and stuff like that.
Well, the Road Warrior kicks ass.
The first one is completely different.
Yes.
Yes, it's like, wait a minute, they have a diner. You know, yeah, this is the same dude.
Yeah. This is.
He's got an apartment and a girlfriend.
People forget. There's one good movie in that series.
Right, yeah.
I don't know which one. I've only seen the newest one
Oh, Fury Road?
Fury Road?
with Chris Hemsworth and
Oh, yeah.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
What?
Yeah, that's the newest one.
Yeah, the newest one.
Oh, Furiosa?
Furiosa, yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
the
didn't see
only
that
one I've seen.
Oh,
I thought Fury Road was the one before that.
Yeah.
With Charlize Theron.
yes.
Yes.
One-armed Charlize Theron.
Oh, that's right. She did have one arm.
Yeah.
I really liked that movie.
She had like one
I don't know
hand.
why.
Oh, well, because
It's got a really good action sequence.
well, you know what it is? That movie is. It's the Road Warrior.
It totally is. Like Immortan Joe is perfect.
That's correct.
Yes.
He's.
And the guy with the three-piece suit with the nipples.
That's correct. So it really comes down. Well, and again, it's all just like practical stunts and long drives and
Very long drives.
and just stunts. And so it comes down to, it's like, so which movie do you like more? It's like, well, here's the question. It's like, do you like Joe or Lord Humongous better? I prefer Lord Humongous.
I
but
agree.
it's
I'll take Joe in a pinch.
it's fine.
Yeah, sure,
This is
fine.
like the coin landing on its on the thin
I'm
side.
going to be happy.
You're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You play either one, you get the same movie.
Correct.
Because they're both barely about Mad Max.
They are both barely about man. He shows up.
It's
In
just
fact, in that second, he's tied to a truck.
Yes.
is that Tom Hardy?
That's Tom
Yeah.
Hardy. And he did a good job.
He's fine. I mean,
He said like 5 things.
it's
Well, that's like Anna Taylor-Joy, and
That's true.
she
Yeah.
says like 30 words throughout the whole movie.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the newest one, so. And I mean, this is when people were that year. I remember they were nominating it for Oscars for like best story and shit. I'm like, this is not a best story kind of movie. It's not. It can win lots of other awards, but not that one. This story is there. That's it. It is. It is just.
A way to show some cool stuff.
I just tell you, man. This is. You have a knack for storytelling. Like, it's so weird to know that this guy. It's like, what other credits does this director have? Well, he's got this, and then Babe Pig in the City, and you're like,
What?
Yeah.
and those movies are great too. There's nothing wrong with those movies. I watched a while ago. It was after I watched that new Willy Wonka movie, which was great.
Yeah.
There was a movie about. I guess they've been making new Paddington Bear movies.
Yes, they have.
Oh, really?
They're
Yeah,
great.
It just came out. The
They're
new one.
great. Yeah, they're absolutely charming.
I have not seen one.
I haven't seen them.
My kids have shown no interest in Paddington Bear.
I can't
Probably a
imagine
little bit outside of the age.
any child showing interest in it. That would be like, dude, that would be like if your kid like came to you one day and was like, "Can you tell me about the Dukes of Hazzard?" I just can't see it happening.
Well, they were just a pair of good old boys. Never meant no harm.
How would you describe the appeal of that show
A car
To a-
jumping
a-
over.
an audience these days?
That's all I know.
Yeah, you escape from dumb cops by jumping rivers in a car.
Is that how you'd sell the show to an executive?
Today?
With a
Yeah.
girl in really short shorts.
Yeah, we have to live
Oh.
with that. Yeah.
Today is how you would sell that?
I don't think you could sell that today.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the flag.
You couldn't even
The
have a car
flag
that
is the
color.
problem?
Yeah.
They have dumb cops all the time still.
No, it's not the dumb cops. It's the hot chick. People don't like that anymore.
I do.
No, there's still plenty of. No, they
Yeah,
still
yeah.
have the
What
hot chick.
movies have the hot chicks in them?
Oh, I don't
Like
know.
that.
See, this is why I don't go to movies anymore.
I'll have to think on it, but.
See, like 10 years ago, you'd be able to rip off like 3
Yeah,
of them.
you're
in
right.
front of-
Probably
yeah,
should.
you can't do that anymore. So it'll go back. It'll go back.
Sort of. I mean, there'll be a
It'll totally
version
go
of it.
back.
There'll be like a throwback version of it, but I mean, that being said, it's not that I'm looking for that in my movies or anything like that in particular, but there was a certain like careless attitude that went along with it.
Yeah, sure.
Like I remember in that first Jurassic World movie where they put a pin in it and they made a joke out of it.
What, running from a T-Rex in heels?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
whole thing,
okay.
and like when she tied up her,
Right,
she's
right,
like,
right.
it's like I'm action ready, and she like
That was pretty good.
I was like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because you hung a lamp on it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But this was before, like, I'm convinced at that moment there was nobody hotter in the movies than
At that time?
that. Yeah, she was
Probably
gorgeous.
not. Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard,
Oh,
but she gained like 45 pounds, man.
and she's still like an offspring of Ron Howard, which is kind of weird. So
That's not my problem.
it could be. Yeah.
He wouldn't have any of us hanging around anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
Like,
See. Yeah. Freaking troglodytes.
I still believe that there's nobody on this planet who would hate being with me more than Megyn Kelly.
Megyn Kelly does. Yeah. She's.
I think she would be absolutely disgusted by me.
Yeah. So I've tried to watch her show a couple. I can't do it. So she's just too like mean.
She is
So
kind of. I
she's
mean,
kinda mean.
that's the shtick. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's mission accomplished. It's like,
I suppose that's your persona. That's fine.
and you're like, I don't need this rudeness.
It's like no,
Manners cost
yeah.
nothing, young lady.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's like I'll take my business elsewhere.
For Megyn Kelly.
She's got a huge YouTube channel. So she's got her own basically like media network around her.
She just did like a Tucker Carlson thing or something.
Before he did, but yeah. So yeah.
Well, she did the thing where she defected to the other unfriendly network, right? Because she went from Fox to NBC, I think.
No,
I believe so.
I thought she went to OAN or something like that.
No.
She's got her own thing now.
No, that's the thing is she went from completely friendly territory to being that voice on.
Oh, on an unfriendly.
Yes.
I don't remember. If she did, she didn't last very long there.
Nope.
So, yeah. Okay.
Nope.
Because no one believed her.
Well, nobody has watched her show. I mean,
What was in the morning?
Well, still, I mean, like MSNBC's had to reshuffle their lineup 3 times in the last like fucking 2 months.
Yeah. I know.
So because they just basically have to find people, who like can speak to their audience, and
it's just not working.
It's just not working.
Well,
man.
they don't have it. I mean, because this is the thing. It's like they keep trying to do this, and it's like, well, what if we move Perfect Strangers to 7? And it's just like, yeah, it's not going to fly.
Well, Rachel Maddow's still on. She makes lots of money, so
she does. And I don't think that she really pulls the numbers that they think they do.
Well,
but nobody else does. They did fire Joy Reid.
I don't think. Yeah, they did.
And she was pissed. It was hilarious.
Yeah, but her show was quantifiably the worst one. So I mean, eventually it's like, hey, we run a business here, not a charity, guys. So,
why is that
She's
so
doing time card fraud.
yeah.
At this point, yeah.
I'm still there. Just time card.
You want to talk about somebody that's probably got a podcast that less people are watching than ours? That would be her.
Or Joy Reid. She might very well have a podcast by now. Who knows? So, yeah, I mean, like, it's weird. Even my in-laws who are staunch like Fox News watchers, they don't watch it. So
it's not the same.
It's just it's like you can if you're looking for that hit, you can find it other places now, man.
I'll have it on when I'm working, not really paying attention, but like there's nothing being covered.
No, well, and that's because like honestly, there's not that much going on.
Yeah.
So I mean, like compared to like last fall.
Right.
You know,
Right.
come on, it's off season right now. You know, so this is why it's like, I mean, I was glued yesterday for a little bit just from earthquake coverage. It was like real news, neat.
Some of that shit was terrifying.
It was terrifying. It reminds me that I don't want to live in a 60-story skyscraper along a fault line zone and have a fucking infinity pool so they can suck me out into space. So,
It's starting to get really specific here, but yeah,
I saw that on Twitter and I was like, fuck that. It's like, you can have your fucking Instagram lifestyle, you know, all to yourself, man. I'm never getting in one of the infinity pools like that.
dude, it wasn't just that. It was. I was looking at the shots from Myanmar too, and
That is heartbreaking, man.
well, because
I didn't realize that country was that fucking poor. So
they are that fucking poor, evidently.
I guess that's what civil war does. So there you go.
Yeah, we only had the one.
Yeah, it was a while ago too.
And,
Yeah, we got some distance between us and that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we came out of it okay, better than most,
Well, the good guys won.
arguably. No, I'm messing with
Yeah, you're right. Let's go down to states' rights.
Yeah.
Take this slide. Where it goes.
No. This is we sort of we came out all right from that. We overcorrected and then overcorrected again.
It worked out.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Did you see the one that I thought was funny was the president or the CEO of NPR?
Mm-mm.
So that is the
Did
next.
they get defunded?
That is the other thing that they're trying to roll into another place to basically like gut it
Yeah.
and make it disappear. So they had her on.
Who actually?
Oh.
What does that fall under?
What do you mean?
NPR?
Oh, I don't remember.
Is it like part of the Commerce Department or something? I don't even know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know
No
either.
idea.
Yeah. Because I know like PBS was always local, you know, so
Right.
you had nationwide programming like Sesame Street. But your local PBS was your Rocky Mountain PBS.
Right.
Yeah.
But like 90% of its material came from PBS Washington.
Okay.
And then the rest of it was just like the art chest.
Throw in your little local flair.
Well, no, you used to have tons of like local community access programming on it.
Yep.
So yeah, where it's like, oh, it's Aunt Betsy's like crush a class.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
But
your
actually,
local kids clown.
Does PBS even exist?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's still out there.
still is.
Yeah.
But Sesame Street is its own thing. It's
Well, it was made by Jim Henson, wasn't it? I think it was.
I think it was, but I don't think it's part of like Henson Enterprises. I think it's. I know that they recently signed with HBO. Actually, it's its own.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they mentioned that the other day. But they did say that it's a separate thing from PBS. It's not a PBS owned property.
Okay.
Which is interesting because that's like the biggest thing that they have,
Right.
minus like Arthur. But that has
Arthur.
been around for a while.
That show is so bad.
Nah, it worked in a pinch.
Dude, his dad is gay. I'm telling you right now. I've known that for 30 years. So you are in a loveless marriage, man.
Yeah, so that was that, and they had her on, and this was some of the most
president of NPR.
CEO, I think. Yeah.
CEO, okay, all right. So
Maybe president and CEO.
Whatever. I just want to make sure I was tracking the right thing here.
But
I think you were talking about Arthur's mom.
no, they have her on, and they're just basically reading her tweets to her because the whole thing is like, so do you run a biased network? She's like, no. And then they're like, okay, so
have you listened to your network?
that's when they're bringing up like, so when they looked at your editorial staff, it's like, yes, it's like you have 87 registered Democrats and no Republicans. Do you run a biased network? No. So when you wrote in this tweet, Donald Trump is
Who's interviewing her?
it was the Republican goon squad from Congress.
Oh, so she was actually in the.
Yeah,
So she was being, what is it? Deposition.
deposed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, and it's like so when you called him a like fascist tool monster, like homophobe sicko, it's like, what did you mean by
Big
that?
meaty head.
She's like, I think that my political views have changed a lot in the past 4 years. It's like, okay. Um, do you believe in reparations? She's like, no. It's like, why did you say you believe in reparations here? Because you said. He's like, she's like, and just like thing after thing, and she's just like, I don't recall ever saying that. We did. You said it right here. She's like, you said it for this. She's like, well, I don't recall reading that book. You said you read that book. Your tweet says that you took a day off to read the book, and it says reparations now. Yes, reparations. Yes, that means you right now. I don't believe in fiscal reparations. And this is like the thing that I'm laughing at it because she's doing this with a straight face. She like the whole time she's like, oh, well, she's just like these are like questions like you're asking me my name and birthday.
Like
Well,
she might be a true believer. You never know, man. So
her basis for saying that there was no bias on her network was that polling showed that the audience was equally split Democrat and Republican and independent.
that is a garbage bowl. I can tell you. And you just have to go to the comments of anything that's posted by NPR.
Patrick, can you give me at least any other metric that you would use to see if your programming was unbiased?
I don't even know how you would measure bias in something like that. So I mean, it's just patently apparent.
Right.
You know, I mean, come on, and I mean, it's fine as long as you admit to it.
Well,
So
no, not when you're taking federal money for it.
well, I mean, okay, so then it needs to be refocused, but you know, still at the same point in time, I mean, does that mean they fall under that? What's that old like split time thing?
Yeah.
Does that even still apply anymore?
I want to call it the Rooney Rule, but I know that's not right.
It's something like that, though. But you're
What is
right.
the Rooney Rule?
It sounds like something from baseball. I'm not
the
sure.
Football where you have to at least interview one.
Oh, see, there you go.
I was like, I know this one.
Thanks, man.
All right.
It doesn't have to lead to anything, but you have to get one person in the door.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
All right. No, but it's you should watch that. It is pretty funny.
Defund it. Fuck it.
That's just
We don't need
it.
We
Nobody
don't need
needs
it. Yeah.
This is stupid.
I mean, like, is there a lack of media?
Who's watching it?
Oh, I know lots of people watch NPR or listen to NPR.
Listen to it. Yeah.
Really?
Particularly on Sirius XM and
Who watches PBS?
That's a good question. So
I don't.
to be fair, like I mean,
Yeah.
like younger kids, there's a lot of programming on there for them.
Right.
If you don't have like full blown cable. So, you know,
but
it's just about, yeah, I know. And that's the thing is, you know, like,
who the hell is going to turn on PBS?
I know. Yeah. But I mean, PBS, like, does it even cost anything? You know, I mean, that's my question, you know, kind of thing, because they run out of a local, like, you know, like PPCC has a television studio.
Yeah.
And they have students who need to learn how to do the knobs and the buttons and stuff.
Right.
And so they'd run the station out of there.
Educational station.
You know, kind of thing. It's like, okay, I don't have any problem with that. And it's not like you take up any bandwidth anymore because it's all digital access.
Right.
So whatever, you know, but NPR is like this.
NPR is an institution. It
is. It's a big thing, and it draws from radio stations all over the country. You know, but they're all kind of networked together because they brand themselves as part of the National Public Access Radio. And it's like, well, Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, is it really an alternative news band? Not really. I mean, whatever. So, like, get rid of that.
We don't need it. If
And
here's the,
or float it. Let somebody buy it. So there,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, that's fine.
I'm sure
Sell
somebody.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, but don't.
George Soros will buy it.
Yeah,
Give him a discount on it.
dude,
Whatever.
that guy bought terrestrial radio.
What actual radio? Yeah.
That's like literally throwing money out the window. They're,
Right,
they're
right,
like,
right.
I remember people getting mad at that about like before the elections. Like he bought like 60 terrestrial radio stations. I'm like,
Ooh.
yeah, to get a better audience screaming out my back window.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's
So
terrestrial radio. It's not you like
it's
everybody
fine
just
if it's
puts the
local
aux
radio.
cord on
Yeah.
their phone. They just put the aux cord in and listen to what they want to.
Well, I listen to terrestrial radio in my car all the time. So
Do you listen to that?
What is terrestrial radio?
just like KRDO, like normal
Oh,
radio,
Not satellite.
non-satellite. So I
Gotcha.
listen to that. I listen to 850. That's where you get baseball games. So yeah, it's fine.
You know what? Soros could own all the baseball stations he wants.
I don't give two fucks
Because if they don't play baseball,
I'm
nobody
not going to
cares.
listen to it.
Yeah.
And the same
Yeah.
thing with like my radio. If it's not playing traffic and weather together on the fives, I'm not listening to it. That's why I'm here.
This is when I say like Popeye's chicken and biscuits has to have good chicken and biscuits. Yeah, that's the same thing with
I don't
terrestrial
care
radio.
if George Soros
Yeah.
owns my fucking radio station.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
it's fine. So
Right.
and then like the rest of the day, it's either Dave Ramsey or Gun Tube that's on radio.
It's not what it was, man. It's not like
wait, there's
like-
a local gun tube radio station.
So there's an actually it's on right now. So it's called like Freedom for America Armed Radio or something like that. It's on Sunday nights.
Are they just losing their minds over the Colorado bill?
Oh, I don't even know if they mentioned that. So
Oh.
I don't listen to them. So,
okay,
you know.
gotcha.
And the Colorado bill, I mean, okay, whatever. I mean, it doesn't it grandfathers in everybody who's got an AR already, which is half of us. So fine, you just can't do a there are no manufacturers in the state anyway. So, and I mean, you can't like tell your local gunsmith that he can't make that because that's not for manufacture. I don't get it. So I was looking at it a little bit, and it's just like whatever, the state's going kind of weird on some of that
yeah,
stuff.
they've got kind of the brain rot going on.
It's not going to last though, man. I mean, you look at every other part of the state. It's not like it's like this town is always the last town to every party in this fucking state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so since we're turning a little purple,
Yeah.
okay, it means that, and if you go up to Denver, you go to like Douglas County, if you go to anywhere except for Denver proper and like maybe parts of Aurora, and then the People's Republic of,
Right.
it's getting pretty fucking red. Well, you can't talk to people from Denver anymore and say, hey, you guys go downtown? Like, fuck that place,
Well, I keep seeing interviews from people like around those areas, and you can see their like barely contained frustration where they want to blame themselves. And just like every interview with one of those people, like they ask them about questions there, like they're always about to say like, damn it, right? There's just this frustration of like
yeah, there is.
like I voted for this and it turned into this. Why does it always turn into this?
Yeah. Well, but like all that stuff's on the local level too, man.
Yeah.
And so that's going to change. So you can see it already. So like, we have an election coming up here, don't we?
Yeah, we do, and
Yeah.
it's weird. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's
I think it's the mayor. No, it's not the mayor.
No, it's the
something
thing
else.
where Jeff's crank is up for something.
No, he was last fall.
Yeah.
He was last fall.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
our new Congress guy.
Right.
So yeah,
There's some other dude.
there's something else going on
Yeah.
there. It might be county. Oh, it might be local guys. So county commissioners or something. I'm not sure.
I think there was something marijuana related too.
Oh, that's right. They want to redo on that one. They want to rebuild their character.
Yeah.
They're just giving it a different name.
Kind of. It reeks of local shenanigans. So because
It was like a cover of night kind of.
it is
like,
because the
election.
thing actually passed last fall.
Yeah.
So
it did?
it did, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!" You know, and it's, "Oh well, you didn't do it on the ballot quite right, so we got to do it over again." And it's like in an April election,
Yeah.
after we just had a presidential election, this is going to be the will of the people in this town. Fuck you.
There's an April election?
Yeah,
Right.
it's-
That's
yeah.
exactly the thing.
What?
That's the way
Yeah.
ballots were going out like last week,
Yeah.
the last couple of weeks, and yeah, it's it's like so the ballots will be open from after lunch to
It's very much so like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
until 5-ish. Like if you're in line when it starts, we'll take it, but we know where the cutoff is.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of shady, man. So
No, it was shady. It was greasy. It was
Yeah, but I mean, it is how we do things. I mean, we always have our mayor election in April. So
Really?
Oh yeah, we've always done it that way. So that's why our mayor always gets elected by like
5 people.
fucking 20% of the town. So
Huh.
yeah.
I had no idea.
Mhm.
you only get the one election day off.
True, but
You
I
get
don't
election day off?
I don't even know.
Well, they have to let you go if you,
Yeah, you don't get it off.
You don't get it off.
but you get to go.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get
you can go.
You get
Right.
like an hour.
Eh.
Well, here, I mean, all we do is mail ballots anyway.
Oh.
So
No, but you can still go
But
in
then you
person.
say
you can.
you went in person.
You can do that. Or you can take the sticker out of the envelope and stick it on and say, I gotta go vote. You know?
On my computer.
It is on your computer.
I don't think I get a ballot for the mayor.
No, you don't live in
Yeah.
the city. Yeah.
That'd be why I never. I was
Who are
like,
you
what?
governed by?
Falcon.
I have no idea.
It's, I don't know.
It's just a free run
Do
state.
you have like
Local elections?
a local like
Well, they have
Jedi enclave or
they're
what?
still
What
under
is your
town.
Some things we get different things that we get to vote on.
Yeah, you have a municipality
Yeah.
out there.
We got something.
So
I don't know why. I don't think I've ever seen anything that said vote for your Falcon mayor.
I don't think Falcon has a mayor.
Yeah.
I thought you had to have one.
No. You can have an unincorporated community.
I guess that's what you have.
I
Yeah.
guess that's what I have.
Well, I mean, think about that. Like, you know, like all the little towns out on the Eastern Plains and stuff.
I thought those were the places that had like sheep as mayor.
Don't have a
Some
mayor.
of them do, some of them
Callahan.
don't. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of towns on the map that aren't actually towns. So, you know,
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
And those are the towns where it's also like you're the mayor, but you're also like the firefighter.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We all just live here.
Yeah, a lot of
Right.
people just like live there, and they're still under the county anyway. And so you got a sheriff. Like the sheriff's out there. You don't see CSPD dudes out there. So
No.
yeah, no,
Yeah, it's just sheriff.
yeah, just sheriff.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because we have no local PD.
and you have your own local fire department out there, which is probably volunteer.
Probably.
Yeah. Well, maybe
I have
not.
no
You got a
idea.
lot of people out
Yeah.
there, so maybe not. You might have a Falcon Fire District or something. I have no
Maybe
idea.
yeah, maybe they do have like
Because they
relaxed
also
laws.
do the ambulances.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like legal to have a duel out there?
Yeah, Jeff, go try it. Yeah.
Being is that I have no idea if we
As long as
can
you have the right
special
color
rules.
fringe on your flag. I'm my own man, sir.
This is where Pretoria is.
Right.
Right. No, I'm done with the sovereign citizen rabbit hole.
Did you mine that one down to bedrock?
You know, the problem was it just it's like a Real Housewives show. The shit
Mm.
never changes. It's
Mm.
just the you see different characters and they always have the same bad attitude, right? So you're ultimately
They all read
watching
the same books, so sure. You know?
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're watching the same thing over and over again. So it's unfortunate. It's the same thing where you watch those cop videos. I'm like, the same people seem to be getting in trouble over and over again.
Yeah.
And I don't, I don't want to develop bad feelings for
No.
anyone.
Yeah. No.
But yeah,
Yeah. You can only do so much of that before
it starts to do
it feels
stuff
like
to
it's
you.
playing on loop.
Well, it's not
So
just on
yeah.
loop, but you start to draw conclusions that you shouldn't.
Right. Yes.
And that's the problem is you're like, so at 6:15 at a local Walmart, I'm like, I know what's going to happen.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. This is why I had to swear off scammer videos. It was making me think bad things about Indians.
yeah,
So, and I know some who are absolutely wonderful
they're
people.
great.
Yeah.
But then there are also some that are do
And
not
that's why
redeem
I
smart.
stopped watching those
Yeah.
because I,
Do not redeem.
yeah, no, exactly.
Do
It
not
was like, I
redeem.
cannot believe that you would try and take my mom's money. So, you bastards.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So, no, you can't do that. It's bad for you.
You know how India has a lot of people?
It does.
They never win any Olympic medals.
Really?
They suck at athletics,
Oh.
all of them.
Well, maybe they don't cheat. So, so
I no,
so
see
show
that
me their girls weightlifting
no,
team.
no, no, no,
We can
no,
make
no,
a
no, no, no.
we can make a
Stop, stop.
determination on this.
So cricket's not a sport.
Cricket's not a sport. If cricket was a sport, they'd probably medal. So
They probably would,
yeah.
but you cannot. Here's the thing, Patrick, is go back to your previous statement about an entire series of videos. Yes, Patrick,
Yeah.
they would cheat if they could. They would be at the top of the line in cheating.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Did our cricket players cheat, or is there like a cultural thing where it's like it's okay to scam, some like grandma out of her money as long as she's not Indian, but it's really fucked up if you cheat another Indian out of their spot on the national team.
Patrick, you have described Judaism to a T.
Are they South Asian Jews? So
No.
They're not doing a very good job.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, Jews don't, like, poop in their sacred waters.
No.
They don't.
Yeah.
You can credit for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Set the bar pretty low there.
Yeah. I know. I was about to say. So I mean, pooping in the water is something that we've all done at one point in time in civilization. So I mean,
Right.
yeah,
Right. Okay. And as far as cricket goes, I just don't think so. In cricket, I don't think that. So being like Mark McGuire size, I don't think it's going to do the same thing for you in cricket as it will for baseball.
I don't know, man.
I've
Yeah.
never watched a game.
I've watched cricket, but I still don't understand how it works. So it's like weird voodoo baseball,
It's it's weird. It's baseball that you play, but you're wearing hockey pads,
and you use a
basically,
paddle.
and you use a paddle.
Yeah.
But you don't. I repeat, you do not wear nut protection.
Really?
Yes, as a matter of fact, one of the funniest things that you'll see is cricket nut shots.
Oh, okay.
Look it up. You'll laugh.
Okay.
Right? It's not just the guys getting
It's
nailed.
not on my bingo card.
It's the announcers that make it. But yeah, yeah, you protect things, but you do not protect your nuts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never even seen a cricket game like being played live.
Yeah.
Like
those
in
neighbors
in a
used to
park
play
or
it.
do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Never even seen
Way
that.
back when the neighbors on the corner were the Australian kids named the Bazos. Those guys were
Okay.
into cricket.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know too many Australian kids growing up. So
That's okay. No, it's totally fine.
in fact, they were zero. So it was a flat zero.
It would only be one for me if not for the people on the corner.
There you go.
And I presume they were only here because of some weird kind of like fucking Anzac Air Force,
Yeah, that's good.
a
Well,
foreign
those were the
exchange.
days, weren't they?
Well, that was the same way that Canadian servicemen.
Some of them.
Yeah.
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 The douchey ones. So
I thought there were some cool ones too.
there were some
they all
way cool
douches?
ones. So yeah, but they left. So
Did they fuck off back to Canada or?
French Canada, yeah. So yeah,
I hear.
it's the best Canada.
Yeah.
It, I, From my limited samples, can confirm. Yes. So can confirm. So.
Do those guys speak French?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good French?
I don't know if Canadian French is good French or not. So
We have American French.
we have Cajun French,
Yeah.
which my understanding is like garbage French. But I might be wrong about that. I don't know. No, the Canadians that I know are split like 50-50 between
Yeah.
totally awesome people and complete and utter douchebags. Insufferable douchebags.
Psychopaths.
Not psychopaths,
No.
just douchey. So yeah. No. Not crazy, but just yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is I was pretty much the same way with Canadians, except for one was a total psychopath.
Like for real?
Yeah, because it was like I was talking about. It was normal, explode.
Oh, okay.
Normal,
I knew
normal,
one that was kind of
normal,
like that.
explode.
Yeah, but you could kind of tell when this guy was getting ready to explode because he would double down on shit that was
Yes.
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
prod him about something dumb.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you'd like busting each other's balls, balls,
Yeah.
and then you make two jokes about bagged milk, and he's
Milk in a bag.
like he's ready to drag you outside.
Well,
like, oh my god,
they're a little fighty, so
which is weird.
you do want to be careful.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I don't know. That's the 3 Australian rule too. So
I don't know this.
this is a common thing. So you meet 3 people from Australia and they're all nice to you. You assume that everybody in Australia is nice.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
There was something about 3 Australians at the same time, and
No.
something happens.
So they walk into a bar. What happens here?
I don't know where this comes from, but I've heard it in other circles. The 3 Australian rule. I don't know why they use Australians. They just
I think that's a perfect example. I think that's great
yeah.
because it's not you're not picking on an already like picked on group. It's not like 3 Poles.
No.
Yeah. It's 3 Germans.
Yeah,
it's
3
not.
asshole Germans. Yeah. 3 pompous Englishmen. Yeah. So,
3 Frenchmen.
right. Yeah.
Right.
3 frogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. So yeah, it's just the 3 Australian rule. So
Well, and what's the other one? Is it's the one where you're the asshole?
that's just the asshole.
No. It's if you
are the asshole. Well done.
no, it's if you run into one asshole
Oh
a day,
yeah.
that guy's an asshole. If you run into 10 assholes a day,
You're the asshole.
you're the asshole.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. I've been the asshole.
Yeah, I think we all have at one point in time. So
You're just kind of grumpy,
yeah, you get a little salty about
Yeah.
certain things, and then you start salting at other people. And, you get it back, and then you realize, oh wait a minute.
You know what got me grumpy?
Huh.
Okay, so I have been going down to the testosterone clinic for a while now. Oh, long. So last week I went in and there were what?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Your computer's trying to flash ads at me here,
Oh,
so I'm not going
I'd
to touch
like
that
to know.
button again.
all right. And there were no familiar faces.
At the clinic?
Correct.
Okay.
In 1 week's time, they fired everyone.
Why?
What?
What were they doing?
See, that's the thing. I don't know.
Oh,
And they're
okay.
not answering the questions. I was like, because I went there and I wasn't like super grumpy, but I was like direct. I was like, what are you guys doing here? And they're like,
Yeah, okay.
and you can't.
Were you about to meet 9 more assholes?
They kind of gave me like the Carl answer. We're here. No, it's but they said something to the tune of it sounded like they were doing like training. I was like, oh, so you brought in like a new staff to learn? Like, no, we're gonna be here. Like, until when? It's like, when do the regular people get back? It's like, oh, they're all gone. And
I'd be so suspicious.
I'd be
then.
very sus. Yeah.
What were they injecting me with?
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell gets everybody fired?
Well, yeah, it was like
Or did they all quit?
they were not quits.
Okay.
So I talked with the doctor and I was like, when are the regular people coming back? She's like, they're gone. There's like the corporate came in and fired them all. And
Oh, so it's not. She's not an independent clinic.
no,
Oh.
no. And I was like, for what? She's like, oh, I don't know. They didn't tell me.
Yeah.
And because
And honestly, not your business. So
Well-
sorry.
well,
I don't know. They're injecting you with stuff. That's
you can
kind
take
of my
your
business.
now. You can take your business elsewhere.
Well-
Personnel matters is not your problem.
well, that was the thing for me here is like does that bug you? I'm like, well, kind of. It's like,
Yeah.
why? I was like, well, because not to give you too much offense here, but it doesn't take that much speciality to put an injection in my ass once a week.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sure somebody else can do that, probably closer to my house. But I was rather fond of the people here.
Yeah.
So what I want to know is like because there's like two things. It's like, well, they were either doing a sloppy job, or there's like $20,000 missing out of the till, and
You've been pumping me with.
Yeah, they've been watering down the product.
exactly. Yeah.
just like that caught me kind of like grumpy. I was like,
Wait, there's a place closer by that would do it for you?
I'm sure there's plenty of places.
That seems like something you would have rooted out like pretty quick.
Dude, I can have it delivered to my house.
Yeah, but then you're sticking yourself.
Like, fine.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
it's my butt. I mean, it's you go to the fatty part of your butt
And just stick the
and
needle
you
in
just
and
stick
go.
the needle in and go. Right.
Actually, they charge you more, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, I don't want to hear it, Mister Fucking grocery guy, Mister.
No. I was just agreeing because my mom, never mind, something similar to that. And then, it
Oh,
was
okay,
more
okay.
expensive. Yeah.
I was like, you're gonna pick on me for that? It's like that doesn't seem right. You
No,
can.
I
I
could
Oh,
walk
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
that's my one very bougie habit. So in fact, I indulged in it today. So,
You know what? I remember I did that once. I was so proud of myself. This was like in the infancy of like who are the people that were doing that first? The grocery delivery?
ooh.
Which company?
Yeah.
Uh,
This
I don't
was
know.
over 5 years ago.
Yeah, there was one in the very beginning.
Yeah.
They had special parking spots at some of the stores for a little bit. What the fuck was that called?
I can't
This is before Instacart.
yeah. It was
It was before DoorDash.
they were just the grocery delivery. They were like
Yeah.
the only ones that were doing it, and I was so proud of myself because I set the thing up while I was on the job, so that groceries would be waiting for me when I made the drive home from North Dakota.
Mm.
On your doorstep?
Yes,
Oh.
like they would be coming like
Got it,
shortly
got it,
after.
got
It's
it,
like
yeah.
it's like, oh, I should be home around this time. They'll get here. It's like I was so proud of myself.
You're right. There was a separate company that did that because
There was only one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they had a special parking spot at fucking.
It might have been Instacart.
Maybe. I didn't think it was that old. I thought there was another one that went belly up. So
Could be. Could
because
be.
I don't think they had the same model. They actually what makes Instacart and all these things work is they basically use the Uber model, where it's like, okay, so you can sign up and you can work whenever, kind of thing.
Right,
But I think that
right.
previous company was like, oh no, we have a guy,
Oh, an 8 to 5 or
yeah.
The dude was working like 5 to midnight, and
Yeah, I can't
it's like, I think it might have been Instacart. I don't
It might have
remember.
been, yeah.
You know what? And Instacart may have changed that too.
It's possible.
They may have originally had Joe the 8 to 5 guy,
Right.
and that shit does change for good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. That was the only time I thought I was the asshole because
Oh, this week?
yeah, because the doctor even asked me. She's like, "Well, you haven't even really met the new people yet."
Stop being reasonable.
I'd be like, well, I'm just making sure that they weren't sticking magical stuff up.
That wasn't my concern.
That would
It's
be
like
my concern. If everybody gets fired, something that is not normal, man.
it's not, but again the whole thing wasn't what they got me with. It was just like yeah, these people were awesome, and I know that they had trouble like keeping staff because they sucked. But the people that were in there, well, I got one hole here, I got one hole here that's all like kind of crappy looking, which means they don't know how to take blood very well.
Is
This,
this even where your vein is?
if you like wiggle it around like a fucking TV antenna, yes.
Just wiggle around until blood starts going.
That's how they got it.
Definitely blew that vein.
Like this one over here, they got half a bag out of them, and they're like, I can't get it. It's like,
There's just not enough flow.
yeah. So they had to call in a second person who was even worse and like kicked my arm around. It's like, oh, we'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah, mine's right dead center.
Well, again, the people that know what they're doing, it's right here,
Oh, okay.
and it's the one that they always get. That's why I was like, when you have people that know you and your blood, all right, and then you have these people who are like, well, I'm gonna this Myra's like, just do it, it's fine. It's like, does it matter which arm? Like, just take one.
Well, if they were going off to the side over there, like, whoa. What you doing?
She's just like, it's okay if I get this one. Like, just take one. It's fine. Go where you. It's like you do what you think is best. You want the blood.
I'd be like,
it's okay.
why aren't you using the main vein? What's wrong with my main vein?
Yeah, and then when you call in the other person who's just kind of like, would you get blood? And it's like, no, clearly not. It's like, can I see your other arm? It's like, yeah. And then they're just poking around and then just kind of like, ow. And then just like, we'll get it. And and then finally it starts cooking. And like, I know this is not how they taught you to do this.
That's weird.
Yeah. So when the old people were there and they know where your veins are and they can just get you, that's the kind of thing that says, why did you fire everyone?
Well, when you get a newbie, that's a little. It's always a little nerve wracking.
I taught at nursing school for 4 years. They used to stick me all the time, man, for practice.
Yeah.
In fact, getting arm surgery was really good because you can't use this one anymore. So,
Did you offer up your left?
I used to always do it on my left because if they blew a vein and I had to like write or do anything with my main arm like that.
Did you ever get a hematoma?
Oh, what is that?
Where like the blood like ruptures in
You
your
had
arm.
one.
Yeah,
I never had that.
Oh man.
I've had plenty of blown veins where they stab it all the way through. So, but I've never gotten like where they got.
So yeah, the blood pools up inside.
Oh God, no.
But I guess they probably yank it out too.
Oh,
I donate, so
oh, you donate?
yeah, I donate plasma and stuff, and so they stuck. And I don't know, but like I looked down and like it's like a dime lump is forming, and I was just like,
Right.
hey guys, and then I look down and it's like a quarter, and then I'm like, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, and then it's like a golf ball, and they're like, oh, we gotta stop this, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm just gonna explode.
Do you still have any signs of it? Because
No,
that was
everything.
How long ago was that?
It was
like a month ago, maybe.
Oh,
a couple
really?
months ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
It will.
Like
Really?
it turned all purple like right above it,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, that's crazy. And then I iced it and stuff, and I was like, it doesn't look that bad. And then
So
the
you
next
were
day it
still
was
at the
just like,
clinic?
it didn't really turn purple at the clinic.
Oh.
It turned purple by the time I got home, and then it just turned huge.
When you were at home?
Yes,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
it took like 2 days, 3 days for like the full bruising to take effect.
oh, jeez.
And then it would start like falling apart and like turn into different continents. And like they were flying away.
Like a big sign.
Yeah.
Recreating life. That's nuts, man.
So yeah, I'm kind of that's crazy that they would. I mean, unless they're just like, I don't see your main vein in there. Like, okay,
Well,
yeah, I guess there is a vein over there, and I've just never seen anybody take it from like the outside of your
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. It's usually like right here on the inside.
yeah, no, I understand, and that's, when she was asking me, it's like, can I get this one? I'm like, if you want to, like, what do you want to do? You're the one in charge. It's okay. Go with the one that you think is best.
Yeah, no. Because yeah, and then when I went the next time I was able to, I got the same gal that gave me the hematoma, and she's just like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, they told me I can't use this arm until it's fully good," and so she's like, "Oh, look, oh, it's fresh meat," and I'm like,
I like her.
"Man, that's not what you say to a person, man."
I'm here to help.
I was like, "Oh God, please do it right, please do it right."
Yeah, and you know what? And I don't think I was a jerk about the whole eyeglasses debacle either. I think I was reasonable, all things considered. They really did fuck up.
Yeah, um, yeah. I've just never met anybody that's talked to like two head of the companies of like
It
parent companies.
happens.
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember that.
It
Yeah.
happens.
What was the other company?
That was T-Mobile.
That was no.
No.
That was insurance company.
Yeah, yeah.
What, over your fence?
No, it
No.
was about my car. No, it wasn't my car. It was about that RV.
Was
Oh,
that it?
Yes, but I can't remember the specifics
I
of it.
can't remember. I maybe this three. I could
It
have
was
swore it
so
was something
stupid.
else, but yeah, I've never met anybody that's been pushed up the chain so high, like with multiple companies.
Well, like, don't fuck around. I mean, there's like really simple things to settle like the problems, and don't, like, number one, if you cannot solve the problem, right,
give me to someone.
get me to someone who can.
Yeah.
Like, your office is, and when I talked to them later, they said like, yeah, somebody should have been able to issue you a refund right then and there. Like, well, nobody in their office could. It's like that's what should have been done.
Well, it sounds like you were nice to the two employees that were there, so that's the big
Absolutely.
thing.
I hailed them as
Yeah,
heroes. I
yeah.
said like these, and then I told them I was like, these guys look like they've been answering questions and saying we're so sorry and apologizing for shit for weeks with things that they can't help with, and it's not their fault. And then when that
Agreed.
dumb bitch hangs up on me, when the regional manager hangs up on me, it's your ass.
Whenever I've had something like that, and then I have to call back, I'm always polite to the next person that answers.
Oh no, that was the other blow up. Was the fucking guys were in my backyard.
Oh, yeah, that's
Well,
right.
that was a different.
That's
No,
different.
the one that you talked to, like I can't remember what company it was, but this was 10 years ago or something like that.
The only other people that I would have blown up on would have been Advantage Rent a Car, and it wasn't them
Ah, no, it wasn't them.
because those guys really ripped me off
I don't remember the rent a car. When did you rent a car?
in Houston.
Oh, how did you get ripped off?
Well, you see, William, some companies, irreputable companies, okay, don't tell you that they're attaching an insurance policy.
Oh, really?
That's correct.
Don't they ask you right then and there?
They're supposed to. They're supposed to. And that's the thing is, this is one of those. It's like Columbia House. Like, it's not a regular refusal of this service.
Yeah.
Yeah, some crappy companies do that. So when I saw that they charged me like 500 extra bucks for the rental, I'm like,
That's great. Yeah.
the hell is this?
That's bad.
Yeah. So and
For an insurance policy?
yes.
Yeah, that's obviously a fuck up of some
Well,
kind.
and that's the thing is if you go to their page, if you go to their like comments and all this stuff, it's full of nothing but people with the exact same problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so when I wrote to him, I was like, I didn't
Which
ask for
company
this.
is this?
Advantage.
Okay.
And I don't think I think those guys got rolled into somebody else because they were part of another group. But yeah, that should happen. But I didn't go nuts on them, and they were just, like, I was like, what am I gonna do? Everybody here has been fucking taken by this shit, and it seems like that's just their model. When you are like number 9, you make your money by fucking fleecing people.
Yeah, you find bullshit ways to do things like that. So
Because
You
the
get
others
used once and then
get
never
used
again.
once.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
hello, Spirit Airlines.
We're cheap.
We're cheap. Yeah. So
Dude,
We got you. All right. Nice knowing
you
you.
can't do that. You can't watch Spirit Airlines fights.
they went out of business. They're going out of business.
It doesn't surprise
Yeah.
me.
No.
Yeah.
So
You can't watch Waffle House fights. You can't watch Chuck E. Cheese fights.
oh man, I haven't been to the Awful House in a
Dude, IHOP is merging with
while.
Applebee's.
What?
And they're going to have combo restaurants.
IHOPplebes?
I just saw that on one of the articles today. I was like,
Interesting.
what? Oh,
IHOP
interesting.
and Applebee's, huh?
Huh. I don't know what I'd order. I'd order from IHOP every time.
Right.
Oh, they're gonna have a common restaurant. It's
They're
not
gonna
just
be-
like a corporate merger.
It's going to be, yeah, the restaurants are going to blend together and you can
Weird.
order both things. They're going to share the kitchen and like they're even going to have the looks be within the same place. I don't know how that's going to.
I don't think that's gonna work.
I did, Jeff. I learned a long time ago not to make calls on the restaurant industry.
Yeah, that's true.
I just can't do it
Well-
anymore, man. My batting average is so fucking bad. So, with that.
Well, there were certain things I think were inevitabilities. Like I don't think anybody saying like there would be TGI Fridays in 2025 would be that far off.
Yeah, but you couldn't turn around and tell me that, like, Chili's is like one of the most profitable restaurants in America right now. I mean, that's come on, dude. Like, nobody called that. And the same thing's true with like Lobster Fest almost killed Red Lobster. I could have
Right.
never called that. So, I mean,
Yeah, between them and Endless Shrimp, yes, that's correct.
exactly.
Yeah.
You
And
know what's
so
going to go unless you're
I'm
bringing
sorry,
that
man.
from-
I am out of any Nostradamus in fucking restaurants.
Well, there was,
anymore.
if you recall, there was that moment where it looked like the future was the merging of like the KFC and the Taco Bell.
Right. And you could order both at the same restaurant.
Right.
Yeah, and that
Right.
didn't work either.
Which is weird
So-
because it seems so perfect.
And then it got married to A&W for some fucking reason. So
That's what we have out there. KFC named.
that's so weird.
And A&W shops on their own used to be great, but under KFC's tutelage, it is a shit. They used to
A&W
have
was pretty fucking ghetto. So I'm sorry, dude.
their burgers were fucking awesome before they merged with KFC.
I don't recall that. I'm glad you liked them.
I guess there weren't enough of you out there.
Well, no, the only one that we had was far. It was
Who's in fucking Gunnison?
yeah,
I
there
got
was one.
mine.
I don't know if I went to that one, but yeah, there wasn't there was. I can't even remember whether I wasn't in Gunnison because I wasn't in Gunnison, but yeah, they were not.
There wasn't
close
one
to
in
it.
town.
Yeah.
So the one that we used to go to, yeah, we go camping out there. It was fucking
Oh, okay.
Gunnison.
Yeah. You know what? And stop with that because here's the thing: fast food. You and I both know this. Okay, actually, you know it too. Fast food is not to be completely trusted in small cities.
No, distinctly not. That might be a McDonald's. Well, yeah, I mean, you got to hit like a town of like 25, 30,000 before you even get a Mickey D's.
Correct.
So, yeah, so that
Correct.
one might be okay, but your Subway in that 500-person town, that lettuce might not have been shipped from the factory.
Because you're gonna have one. You're gonna have like that Subway, or you're gonna have like a. Oh man, I'm trying to think of
We're
like
going to have a Subway.
Well, either
You're gonna have a Subway.
you're gonna have a no, because I'm trying to go like back in the old days. You may have had another one of those places that was not a Subway. You may have had like an SS Subs or something that was
Maybe.
you'd recognize it, but it was not.
You know, Blimpie or something.
Yeah, you'd have something like that. You'd have, or you might have an Arby's. That might be the Arby's out there,
Maybe.
or something weird.
Dairy Queen was
Dairy Queen was a little bit more
Dairy
common.
Queen, yeah.
because that was in one of the tiny North Dakota cities.
Yeah.
Like, Dairy
Yeah,
Queen.
Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have a Hardee's if you're in.
Yeah, see the
North area?
little butthole towns that I lived up in Nebraska, we had a
Subway.
Dairy Queen and we had Subway.
Yeah.
And then if you went to the bigger town 30 miles away, you had just about everything.
Right.
But it did have the KFC Taco Bell combo.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just because Pepsi owns all of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
Pizza Hut.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Because if you go up north here, there's that Pizza Hut, Taco Bell.
Yeah, you always forget about those companies. Like Coca-Cola and Pepsi are enormous fucking companies. So that are way bigger than like some of these chains.
The last political, and I will close on this. This is the other political fight. Did you see the fight about snap cards?
I don't even know what that
I
is.
don't know what a snap card is.
So snap cards.
You mean like food stamps?
Yeah.
Oh, getting Coke and Pepsi off of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to do that. People in the Blue Ridge Mountains use that as fucking currency, Jeff.
I've been watching people argue on behalf of it, and it's absolutely crazy.
I don't know why you would do that.
Well,
Other
because
than the fact that it's RFKJ who's actually advocating
this is
to.
correct.
Yeah, okay, got it. So,
Democrats advocate
fuck that.
for keeping regular pop on Snap. But this, like, then you should be able to buy cigarettes.
Dude, it's so fucking, it's so predictable if it's like something the administration wants to do. Here we go. Bro, it's the same thing that we saw in the last administration. If fucking Republicans had beaten Joe Biden in the Ukraine thing, then we wouldn't be having this argument.
No.
Yeah. So
it's so
patently obvious.
Like,
Republicans fucked, bro.
It's the same. It's like when I'm seeing these big people. It's like, wait, are you really arguing on behalf of big pharma? You spent the better part of like 2 decades convincing everyone
it's bad,
that they're so bad.
So bad.
But now they're awesome.
Well, yeah, except for their whole little plot involving the guy named Luigi. So,
Right.
Which was like, that was the plan. If Joe Biden had won, we'd have our anti-corporate hero. Oops. And he pulled the trigger anyway. Sorry, man. This is the one conspiracy theory I'm absolutely 100%. You are, man. It's mine. You got your moon landing. I get this.
No, it's funny because you're like us, like Jeffrey. Break that. We landed on the moon.
We landed.
JFK was shot by one man, and it was a magic bullet.
Oh, that was disappointing.
Oh, the nothing burger that was. There's like little things that came out where it's like, okay, well, it's cool that we confirmed the CIA did that. We all kind of knew it.
Yeah.
But now there's documentation.
Dude, it sucks. Right. It's like, it's like having a picture of the puzzle on the box.
Yeah.
And then, like, a bunch of the pieces are redacted, but then you look at the box and it's like, oh, wait.
Right. Right.
I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it.
There's just no piece of this that has, like, time travel. There's no piece of this that has...
no Arians.
There's not. Yeah. There are some interesting things that came out where they're talking about like the mob ties and stuff like this. Like, again, suspected now that there's like evidence, but again, it's stuff that goes back way past beyond like it's like has nothing to do with current day stuff. I'm like, well, that's good to know.
Well, yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's like, oh, that guy knew Jack Ruby, cool, But then it's like, well, wait a minute, they said that on Unsolved Mysteries.
It's just. There are things I'm waiting on. It's like find that treasure in the Southwest. I'll be happy.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, find that thing with the clues on it. Get Stonehenge to zap you, and
Still need that. to
Herbal
happen.
lightning.
Yeah. Light.
And there's still like one famous like missing kid.
John Benet Ramsey. No, she's dead.
No, this was the one. No, not John Benet Ramsey. There was this.
Oh, there was a good one about her last week. What the fuck was it?
Are they like they're reopening the investigation or something like that?
No. That she was actually alive and a pop singer or something.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Sorry, my week of the internet cruising was
Holy
like
shit.
spent on really weird shit, man. So,
I didn't even ask you what games you were playing.
oh, I just played a train game.
Oh,
I was gonna build a city, and then I got
Are
in
you-
there. And I was like, "Fuck that."
are you gonna buy Inzoi?
What?
That's a no.
What is it?
Inzoi is it's the new Sims.
Okay, I'm not even aware of such a thing.
Another time and place.
Okay,
Patrick. We'll
alright,
talk.
yeah.
But yeah.
No.
No, but that last thing was there was this. This was a one of the famous ones on Unsolved Mysteries. It was they found it's the one where they found that Polaroid of that like this girl and her brother, and they're like duct taped, and they found this in this parking lot. It's terrifying, these pictures.
Okay.
And it was just like this famous like missing kids report, but it's one of those things that they've never been able to close or not because of the that was like a really famous like kidnapping for a long time. So that's the other one. Close that one out, and we're good on Unsolved
conspiracy
Mysteries.
theories. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I don't know. Some of them are fun. Anyway, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
There's a face on Mars.
It is a face. I'm Hitler.
Oh, I'm Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah.